group discussion portfolio video, and the topic we will discuss today is about how to handle sexual harassment in workplace. My name is Lee Yong-hen and my matrix number is 196337.
My name is Xingjie. My matrix number is 197671.
My name is Lee Kai-ting. My matrix number is 196630.
My name is Lily. Matrix number is 196071.
My name is Zhang Sansan. Matrix number is 200139.
So as you know, sexual harassment is a form of sex discrimination, the violence of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Very generally, sexual harassment describes unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favor or other verbal or physical conduct. The behavior does not have to be the form of sexual nature, however, can be conclude offensive remark about a person's sex. So, madam, how's your opinion, Xingjie?
In my opinion, sexual harassment is any unwelcome sexual advance or conduct on the job that creates an intimidating or offensive working environment. Any conduct of a sexual nature that makes an employee uncomfortable has the potential to be sexual harassment.
In my opinion, I think sexual harassment is unwelcome sexual behavior which could be expected to make a person feel offended, humiliated, or intimidated. It can be physical, verbal, or written. Sexual harassment is not consensual interaction or friendship. Sexual harassment is not behavior that is mutually agreed upon. What's your opinion, Lily?
There is 3 types of sexual harassment. First, physical sexual harassment. Physical sexual harassment is the most obvious and well-known form of sexual harassment. For example, unwanted touching and rubbing against a person. Secondly, verbal sexual harassment. This happens when someone speaks some disrespectful words towards the other, even nicknames or labeling. Next, visual sexual harassment. This type of harassment can easily happen by showing others a video or pictures in workplace which is the individual finds the visual very offensive or insulting.
Okay. My opinion is sexual harassment in the workplace is very common. But if you suffer something about this, you should be brave to refuse. For example, if your boss sexually harassed you, no matter how much salary you will bring, you should quit without hesitation.
In my opinion, I think if the worker has been harmed, the worker should hire a lawyer. If the worker reports sexual harassment and as a result, the worker will lose their job, demoted, the worker may wish to contact a civil rights attorney, or the worker should report the incident to the management and they do not take appropriate steps to investigate and stop harassment at work, or call an attorney. Besides that, the federal law protects the worker's rights to work in an environment free from sexual harassment. A good civil rights attorney can advise the worker if the worker has a case and what legal steps to take to sue the worker harasser or employer in the civil court. The workers are physically injured by an attacker. The worker should call the police immediately and then contact an attorney as soon as possible to document events you may need later to prove your case. What's other opinions?
There are something I want to supplement and summarize. There are many examples of sexual harassment in the workplace. Recently, the Korean actress Jang In-case has attracted a lot of attention. She killed herself 10 years ago and was detention in Korea because she can't stand harassment in workplace. Her example is the serial workplace sexual harassment. A lot of people have experienced sexual harassment in the workplace. First of all, the first thing to be clear is the attitude. You need to know how you are being sexually harassed. To deal with sexual harassment, first of all, to clarify their own attitude. If unhappy, must be take measures. After a clear attitude, measures need to be taken. For example, if you both sexually harassment you, you should quit and say no. Okay.
I totally agree with you, Shanshan. So I think the organizations, including supervisor and manager, should take the responsibility to ensure there is a free harassment workplace for everyone. So I think the company should make it clear that workplace which is harassment will not be tolerated. So they should provide education and information about sexual harassment to all staff, and they can also develop an anti-harassment policy together with employees, manager and union representative. Then they can also communicate the policy to all employees and ensure that all employees understand the policy and procedure for dealing with harassment. So this is the new and long-term, especially like new and long-term employee light. So because this also including training, information and education.
I agree with Kai Ting, Shanshan and Danny. In my opinion, I think that a company should adopt a clear sexual harassment policy. In your company, in your employee handbook, you should have a policy devoted to sexual harassment. That policy should include define the sexual harassment, state that you will discipline or fire any affected, and state you will not tolerate retaliation against anyone who complain about sexual harassment. I think that the company also must be train their employee and the supervisor and manager. At least once a year, conduct a training session for employee. This session should teach employee what sexual harassment is and explain that employee have a right to workplace or free of sexual harassment. Review your complaint procedure and encourage employee to use this. This is my opinion. Are you agree with me, Lily?
I'm sorry, but I have to disagree. For one, sexual harassment often goes unreported. The victims may fear or scared to not being believed. They don't trust HR. They may think that HR couldn't provide any help to them and will let this situation getting worse.
I exactly disagree with you, Lily. If the worker report the incident to the management and they do not take a step to investigate and stop the harassment at work, I think the victim should call an attorney. That means the worker should hire a lawyer.
I also disagree with you, Lily, because just now we said that the company should adopt a clear sexual harassment policy. So it means that if the employee first working in this company, so the company should tell the employee that you should not take the action of sexual harassment in our company workplace. And besides that, for example, California laws require employers that have at least 50 employees to provide supervisor with 2 hours of interactive sexual harassment training every 2 years. So if every big company or either the small company, they do the training for their employee, I think this policy should be good.
I see your point, but the understanding of sexual harassment between men and women are different. For women, this is more sensitive issues. For example, too close talking between women and men. Women might feel this as a sexual harassment, but for men, maybe it's just the surrounding is too noisy.
I think this kind of situation, the content of the discussion is very important. Maybe if it's a matter of discussing work, if maybe they have something to talk, that's okay. If the men are making some kind of joke, maybe that belongs to sexual harassment.
I see.
If the female worker feel that this is sexual harassment, I think it's possible to confront the sexual harasser immediately by telling him that you find the type of attention offensive, and if possible, you also can tell the harasser that the behavior affect you negatively and has the potential of negatively affecting your job.
Yes, I agree with you, Benny.
I also agree with you, Benny.
Does anyone have anything to add?
I think the company also have to monitor their workplace. For example, they should talk to the employee about the work environment, for asking them how was your working environment. Is that got the sexual harassment on your workplace? Because this shows that the company is very take care of their employee. And then, if the employee, if the sexual harassment cases is happen on their employee, they should make complaints to the company or their supervisor or manager. This is my point. Okay. So, do you have any point want to add on discussion today?
You are saying that the company should more concern towards the employee, right?
Yes.
Yes, I get what you mean. I agree with you, Joyce. Okay.
Yes, the support from the management is very important. So when they know someone who is being harassed, we must give him or her your support and encourage the recipient to talk about it and take immediate action to stop it. So if you actually see or hear an incident of sexual harassment are subjected to an offensive environment, the employers can also take the appropriate step to resolve the harassment or call file with the complainants. So it's time to make a conclusion. So do you agree with we should stop the sexual harassment in the workplace?
Yes.
Yes.
I agree. So I think we are all agreed at the discussion of our discussion today.
So the prevention of sexual harassment in the workplace require training program for both employers and employees, which concentrically address such topic as the nation law that prohibits sexual harassment, so that we can creating a workplace policy and step the individual can take. Thank you.
Thank you.